Okay, well, you write. You're an author as well.
Yes.
You wrote. It's a long title.
Your girlfriends only know so much. I was a writer for Essence magazine for I think 3 or 4 years. Had a relationship advice column that turned into a book deal. That book deal is what propelled me more into the crossover of What America, because I was doing so much Today Show. I was a regular on the Today Show. I was a regular on Tyra Banks' show. I was a regular of anybody who had a talk show during that time period, because I would come on and give the comedic relationship advice. So yeah, but it was dope. It's still a dope book. Go get that book. I got a second book in the works, but go get that book. Your girlfriends only know so much. A brother's take on mating and dating for sisters.
You writing the book, now working on another one. What did it take for you? Because you're married now twice. And that's not no shame.
I knew it. Dang.
What made you feel like, okay, now I can write, or you know what I'm saying?
That was a tough.
Because you always got people like, how dare you can talk.
That was a tough moment for me, Nika. I'll be honest with you. I'm riding high. I'm speaking to 3,000 to 7,000 women at Essence festivals, doing the love and relationship seminars. I got the dope book. Oprah almost had me on her couch talking about the book. Everything is going great.
Wow, okay.
And I come home and my wife is gone. So it was like, what, hey.
Yeah.
So she was like, yeah, it was just the pressure. She felt pressure of me being gone a lot and the success outside of, SNL was kind of like regimented where you knew what was going on. When SNL was over, I was just going all the time doing stand-up, and then I had the book tour, and then I had the book publicity and the column. And she had not quite found herself.
Okay.
And to make a long story short, it just didn't work out. But then I had to tell Essence that I wasn't married anymore. And that was a tough conversation. Because black women are still black women. They like, Negro? Huh? What? Hell no.
No matter how high up they get.
Don't you say, shh, you never said that to me? I don't know nothing. But then eventually it was like, yo, Finesse is no longer married.
Yeah.
And then Steve Harvey kind of slid in and took over he took over the column, he took over the day, and it was just like, so it was an awful time for me where I was just like, wow, I just lost that whole lane. And I even had people texting me and tweeting me, Steve Harvey stole your book. You know what I mean? It was just, he just slid into that lane. And
he was one, I remember Tony had said that too, like, how can he be giving relationship advice when he's been married like 3 times?
Well, see, I ain't going there.
Yeah, I know.
But at the same time, it is what it is. It's just hard to... marriage isn't easy for anybody, number one. There's ups and downs. People like fight to get into them, and then once you get into them, the real work starts, because that new car smell wears off, and it's that real life. Are we a great partnership? You may be great at bills and cooking and nurturing, but sex is lacking. Sex may be the bomb, but somebody's cheating. Nobody's cheating. Sex is okay, but somebody is unfulfilled and not happy professionally. It's just so many dynamics that come in with the ebb and flow of marriage that one minute you're riding, the next minute you hit a pothole, and you're like, oh, that was bad. You don't even know your little hubcap done rolled off, went down the street. Your car is it's just bad. So, that's what it was. Now my new wife is the bomb. What's up, Patrice DeBarge? She's the bomb. Gave me 2 beautiful daughters. Came from a family where she was used to entertainers. Okay. You know what I mean? The DeBarges. Yeah, she's used to the whole life. Yeah. And she was a producer. She put me in the movie Who's Your Caddy? And that was one of my first movies. Yeah. I was a dude with the dreadlocks. The potato salad is a forgery. I still have people to this day saying that. Oh, that's that dude. Black people, they so crazy. Because when they love you, they love you. They even give you like them backhanded black comments. You ever see dudes, you be like, that is him. That's that pussy nigga right there. That's him right there. Yes. Hey man, you funny as fuck, my nigga. You be like, did you say pussy ass nigga? Oh, that's love, dog. Your character. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, and I'm happy, and she's happy, and it's tough. It's still tough. You ever get like 6 months into the second marriage and start saying stuff like, well, maybe it is me. I don't know. I don't know. It's the same for everybody. But it's tough. You still got to work at it. And she told me today, before I left the house tonight, she was like, I'm your partner. And I was like, yeah. She was like, I just want to remind you, because you blowing up. You blowing up all over again.
I don't think just because you are in multiple relationships or because one marriage failed doesn't mean that you don't know what it takes to put together a relationship.
Absolutely.
I think even when we have to separate in our relationship, that could be a smart thing.
Absolutely.
It usually is a smart thing.
Absolutely. And what I told Essence and what I told women, and I tell women to this day and men, I said, just because a relationship fails, it doesn't mean you're not qualified to give relationship advice. It actually means that when the chickens came home to roost, you were actually man enough or woman enough, and in my case, man enough, to take your own advice. You know how many women I have told, oh, you got to move on from that situation. It's toxic. You got to move on from that situation. You're not going to grow. You're not going to win. Somebody has called it quits and gave up, and you are still fighting. And it's hard to reconnect if the other person gives up.
Real talk, you have to realize that.
So I took my own advice, and it was extremely hard because after like a year and a half, she was like, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. We good. Let's just be friends. We good. And whatever you had to do, whatever soul searching, however you had to find yourself, good. But take that new person you just discovered and go find who you're supposed to be with. Because I'm finding who I'm supposed to be with. And I found him. And I got a great partner.
For you guys.
Yeah. We got some cute old babies.
Yes, they do. I would say have me one, but I don't really want to raise it.
Yeah. That's the tough part, too. Now I got a 3-year-old and like a 3-month-old. That 3-year-old can't stand that 3-month-old. You think it'd be sisterly love, but she'd be like, take her back. You like, take her where? We can't take her back. She's struggling with the whole attention. Yeah, she's struggling right now. So we're doing little techniques that we've learned we've given her gifts from her baby sister to like, my baby sister. Yeah, we trying everything. Everything them books say we doing. Yeah.